We deserve that at this point.
We definitely do, but it's coming back. As we've told you all week, it's not going to last long. Take a look at this video. You can see this road is completely washed out. This is on the west side of Lake Vermilion on Breezy Point Road. And John, it was really quite a night up there. I'm sure they're waking up just realizing what happened.
No, I mean, I think there are some places that picked up over 6 inches of rain. So we picked up a ton of rain up there. That's definitely the main problem is the flooding that Duluth had yesterday. And you talk about here in the metro, we actually got spared. We had a tornado watch. How in the world did we actually avoid the tornado watch? Because we actually have what we call a cap. It's a warm bubble aloft. That's a good thing. 63 degrees. We did see some storms, but they were elevated thunderstorms and no tornadoes. It was lucky. The setup was actually pretty potent. Minus 12 to minus 19. We are much drier as we're working in Canadian air. And drier air means lower threats for rain. We're not going to be dealing with much rain today. We do have that clear-cut northwest wind here. You can see that at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then as you see temperatures hang in the 60s, maybe a few peaks of sunshine today, but we've got to go mostly cloudy. So mostly cloudy most of the day. Temperatures by 1 o'clock getting around 70. By the afternoon, you start seeing low 70s. This is technically a below average setup. That cold front has now shifted off towards Wisconsin, and you're seeing a little bit of rain out there. But this is this afternoon. Maybe we can get those breaks of sun. High pressure just barely clips us. That high pressure starts lifting off towards Canada, and that means that we will stay dry for only one day. Now, Thursday, you can actually see the rain start to come back in here. So Thursday, this is 2 p.m. When you're on the north side of the low, like this is, remember, all the thunderstorms have to stay south of that low. North side of the low, rain. You'll see widespread rain, but watch the slow movement of this. This thing is barely moving as we go through Friday into Saturday. We're going to see just a little bit of rain. It's Thursday, but then Friday into Friday night, we're looking at widespread thunderstorms because now we're in this triple point. So you can see this triple point right here. What is the triple point? Well, that's where we had yesterday. That does give you the best chance for thunderstorms and severe weather. But this right now doesn't get here until Friday night. So that means the better chance for heavy rain will be Friday night into Saturday morning. It's something that we're going to look at. I'll talk about when we're really going to dry out this weekend. That's going to be in your full forecast.
Hey, good morning. You really won't have to worry about anything out on the roads this morning if you're headed out within the next hour. Big map look, you can see here all green. I love telling you when it's all green in the morning. Nothing to slow you down. I only tracked one crash this morning, and that was about an hour ago. So that's clear. That was on 35W in the Minneapolis area. So if you're headed into downtown, you're good to go in that regard. Live look along 94 eastbound, though. You see traffic picking up here, but you do also see some construction barrels here. That's because there's a project happening this morning in the Woodbury Maplewood area. Projects usually have been happening here over the past couple of weeks. It's going to start up again. I'll have more on that when I see you next, but it will definitely slow you down this morning because it's happening in a few hours at 9. It'll wrap up this afternoon, but I definitely want to give you a heads up. Jason.
All right, appreciate that heads up, Cece. Thank you. Back to our top story this morning, an up-close look at the aftermath of last night's severe storms.
Yeah, we do have team coverage up north and in the metro giving us a first-hand look at the aftermath of last night's storms. Audrey Russo is live at Minnehaha Creek where water is moving up the banks. But first, let's get to Michelle, who just arrived in Duluth minutes ago. Good morning.
Yeah, we just got on scene. Alicia, Jason, good morning to you. I mean, pretty much havoc is what we see here. The aftermath of what appears to be severe rain, severe waters. I mean, just to my left and to my right, really all over the place. Let's start over here to my left. You see these orange cones just completely toppled over. I don't know how this came to be, but focus on the front tires there. Though, you know, it seems to have just trampled on top of or gotten on top of the orange cones right there, on top of the branches that have fallen too. It appears construction tape. I'm not sure exactly when these came onto place here, but it does seem like they've been here for some time, because as you can tell, again, they have been knocked over. Let's just come a little closer over here to this side, just across this alleyway over here. A lot of debris. That is really the first thing we saw as soon as we came here on site. There's a branch way farther down, but similar scenes right here too in smaller form, a smaller branch, you know, a toddler's scooter, it seems, that's knocked over as well. So you can just see the extent of how weather can affect the daily lives of the people who live up here in Duluth. And so guys, I know as we're talking about neighbors, as we're talking about life here, just everyday life. I'm sure Grandma's Marathon, that's on a lot of people's minds. Drawing, you said, I heard you say it earlier, 9,000 people over here to Duluth in the weekend. And so I think we checked in on what organizers had to say on Facebook, and they did say to continue to watch out for more details because for now, as far as we can tell, the event is still gonna happen this weekend, but the organizers did say to watch out for any big announcements to happen. So that's something for sure that we'll be keeping an eye out on, guys.
Yeah, and of course, if we hear anything on any changes to the marathon, we'll be the first to let you know. Michelle, appreciate your reporting out there. Thank you. Right now, we're waiting for updates on the rescue mission to save a 9-year-old boy from a campsite in the Boundary Waters. The Cook County Sheriff's Office says a tree fell on his tent during last night's storms. In the last 8 hours, crews were on the way to medevac him by boat. We'll keep you updated. Now back here in the metro, we're also tracking waters rising with more rain on the way.
That's right. Audrey Russo is joining us now from Minnehaha Creek in Edina, where water there is rising. Hey, Audrey.
Hey, Jason and Alicia. Right now, I'm standing on the abutment for the bridge that's at West 44th and North Avenue in Edina, where the Minnehaha Creek appears to have receded maybe an inch or two over the past hour or so. I want to show you below my feet directly. You can see there's a drainage pipe here in the river doing its job, and you can see a little bit of wet pavement where you can tell the water level was higher, but it has since receded. It is still very, very high according to the Minnehaha Creek Watershed District. But when it comes to the bridge, just eyeballing it from where I'm standing, it's nowhere near the edge of the bridge or even close to the bridge. There's probably a good 4 or 5 feet of clearance. But that's what officials want, and that's what they're monitoring this creek consistently to make sure it continues to do, is drain and not overflow the floods, the edges of the bank, I should say. And we checked in with them last night. We haven't heard back as to what their plan is going forward, but earlier this week they were concerned that the upper watershed was going to take on as much as 5 inches of rain. They say in the last 7 days it's taken on 4 inches of rain. That upper watershed then of course feeding Lake Minnetonka, which then feeds into Minnehaha Creek. It's really kind of a ripple effect, to use a water term. So they tell us that they're going to continue to monitor the situation and do what they can to make sure it doesn't overflow, because like I said in my last half hour, there are homes along the creek. There's a lot of property, people's backyards. On a beautiful summer day would be great to be right by the Minnehaha Creek, but when we've had as much rain as we've had over the past 7 days, and with more rain in the forecast, obviously they want to make sure that people are safe, rivers aren't overflowing, and that the roads stay safe for drivers.
People on high alert for sure. All right, Audrey, thank you. And we in the Twin Cities Metro got spared at least a little bit. This is a picture of my house I took from yesterday. We had some really strong wind gusts in the West Metro, and in fact, the wind knocked out the power to my neighborhood, and of course, taking a piece of my trim. Hubby already nailed it back up, so we're good. But
Okay, he did a good job.
But the wind was, it was whipping yesterday.
Especially for that to happen, while it's sunny and.
I know. I was like, wait, what's happening here? As John mentioned, though, we are in for another round today. I actually used our KARE 11 weather app when I didn't have power yesterday. It comes in handy when you lose power. So make sure you scan the QR code on your screen to download our app. It gives you live updates, radar, and custom forecasts.
Time now 6:09 as we turn to other headlines this morning. We're following a breaking situation in the last 5 hours on 35E near Mendota Heights. Take a look. This is brand new traffic cam video just north of Highway 13 showing what appears to be a car chase. You can see the car speeding away from police before it crashes right there. 2 people then get out of the car and they start running with an officer chasing after them. Now, we have reached out to Dakota County Sheriff's Department and State Patrol for more information on what happened out here. We'll update you as soon as we learn more.
Just 6 hours ago, the Edina City Council gave the green light to a huge mixed-use development project along South France Avenue. Enclave Companies is planning to redevelop the site now occupied by the Macy's furniture store. The project will feature retail, residential, and office space spread across 4 buildings. The council approved the plan after receiving assurances that the pedestrian-friendly parts of the project will blend well with the promenade area. Well, today is Juneteenth, marking the anniversary of the end to legal slavery in the U.S.
So to honor and celebrate the day, neighborhoods across the metro are holding events, including the Soul of the South Side in Minneapolis. We spoke with organizers yesterday on our noon show, and they say it is all about showcasing the Black experience in our community. Now, there's music on 2 different stages with local performances. There's also an art fair, live podcasting, and of course, lots of food from local vendors. So the party kicks off at noon today. It goes until 8 tonight near the intersection of East Lake Street and Minnehaha Avenue and 27th Avenue. Again, lots of great performers taking the stage, like None Above, who has performed right here on Sunrise. Big fans. Cece and I will be there as guest hosts today as well. Alexis Rogers, Reggie Wilson, they'll also be out there hosting. A lot more information right now at KARE11.com, but it should be a fun time.
Great.